Hello students, today we are going to learn about chapter number 8 and we take part 2 of this chapter. In part 1 in our last session, we discussed about the soil, the information about the soil, how the soil will formed and which type of factors, using which type of factors the soil will be composed. Then how soil is important to us. Without soil, the life of the all living things are not possible. Then now we have also some types. We can see the types of soil. The types of the soil is sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. In soil we can see they have some types. They have total 3 types: sandy, clay and loamy. According to their types, they have different features, and using these features we can grow different plants because they have no all same types of nutrients in them. They have, according to their types, they have different features in them, and using features we can get different crops, different plants from them. So first, based on the proportion of the soil particles, the types of the soil is based on the soil particles. So as we all know, the particles using which we can get the soil, they all different from one another. So according to the particles, based on the particles, the soil types are different. When the soil has greater proportion of big stones, if the soil has big particles, then some types have sandy area. They have sand on them. Some types have a very tiny particles like a dust. So according to their particles, on based on the particles, the types of soil be divided. In some soil, the amount of large air, the amount of fine particles also covered. The area which have very big particles, they have sand on them, they are called the sandy soil. Then other type, if the proportion of fine particles, very fine particles, they are called the clay soil. And if the soil which have amount of large and fine particles is almost the same, such soil is called the loamy soil. So we have total 3 types of soil: sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. In sandy soils, we can see the features like, due to the presence of large particles, soil has a bigger air spaces. So because they have a very large type of particles, it is highly porous. Water relations is poor. It lacks humus because the particles are very big, so it lacks humus. It is not suitable for the growth of plants. For example, in sandy area, desert area. In desert area, we can see they have no more amount of plants. We can no see many amount of plant there because the soil is sandy area. So they have lack amount of humus also, and because of these reasons, we cannot see the many plants on them. Sandy soil is thus light, well rated and dry. Only some types of plants we can see there, like for example cactus, and also many types of animals cannot survive there because they have like amount of water available there, and trees also. The desert area is very dry, and the atmosphere of the area is also very dry. Then clay soil. In clay soil, you can see that it has more of fine particles with small air spaces. Water is high and soil becomes sticky when wet. Some humus is present. Compared to sandy area, they have some humus is present. Plant growth takes place in the soil because they can get easily water and humus in this type, so the plant will grow there easily also. Then loamy soil. Loamy soil is the best for plant growth compared to sandy soil and clay soil. Loamy soil is best for plant to grow. This soil shows the some types of features. It contains a mixture of sand, silt and clay particles in almost equal amounts. The amounts of particles which they have equal amounts, and using these features we can get the plant's growth there easily. It has a high humus content compared to sandy soil and clay soil. Loamy soil has a much amount of humus available there. It is porous and contains sufficient water in it, which is very important for plant growing. Which all know the plant doing photosynthesis. If the plant's doing based photosynthesis process, then the plant will grow properly. In loamy soil, plant will get all nutrients, all things which they require. They can easily get in loamy soil, so they can easily grow up in loamy areas. So how many types in soil we have? We have sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. They have different features. You can see sandy soil have big particles. In clay soil they have a tiny particles and fine particles. Loamy is a combination of all particles. Loamy has a humus, more humus compared to both. So loamy is a best for plant growing. Then our properties of soil. Soil, we have used soil in our many ways. Soil is very important for us. So some properties also have soil. Many properties of the soil depend upon the particle in size. As I said to you, particles which soil is made by using the different types of particles. So properties also depend on particle size. Particle size influence percolation rate of water and absorption water in soil, because when the plants doing photosynthesis process, they need water and the soil will give the water to them. The particles of the soil will store the water which is used by the plant during the photosynthesis process. These characteristics are vary from all types. First, percolation rate of water absorption. That means the water in soil, the capacity of the soil, which type of a soil will percolation the water, in how much amount they have given us activity. Using this activity we can find out them easily. They take the different types of soil and then add water in them. Then they observe which soil is have more amount in water, which type of soil. We can get this information only using the activity, but it is not possible for us to doing this. So try to read the activity and understand for about this. They have given us some steps. Using these steps you can also get this information. Then the absorption of water. All types soil has water in them. We have also discussed about this activity in our previous session. If we take a soil in polythene and if we pack this polythene, after sometimes we get the droplets of the water in them. They also prove the absorption of the water, all absorption of the water by the soil. All type of soil has water in them. When we doing any activity, we can also find out the activity 8.8 prove this, the amount of water absorbed by different types of soil. As we know, all type of soil will absorb the water, but it is also depend on the types of the soil, because the all types of soil will absorb the amount of water is different from one another. It is also based on the types of the soil, and for this they have also given us activity 8.8. Using this activity you can clear about this. Then soil and crops. As we all know, now we will understand about the types of the soil. Types we have already learned about this, the sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. Using these features, according to their features, the crops also different from each other. They also depend on their types. As we have already learned about the good soil. Good soil, that means the loamy soil. In loamy soil we can get the best plants also. It contains a mix of different sized particles. So that means according to the features, according to the types, we will get the crops also based according to their features. As we have loamy is a base for growing the plants. So if the If the soil is different from each other, if the soil has based nutrients in them, then we can get the based crops in them. Black color soil, sometimes we also see the black color of soil, contains dead organic matter and water. This soil is suitable for growing cotton and sugar. In some areas you can see the black soil is available. Here at our Panchmal district, the soil, what is the color of the soil? Try to find out it. The color of the soil is different. We have not black color of soil in it, so we cannot grow up the cotton and sugar cane easily here. But the soil which have color black, in this area they can easily grow the cotton and sugar cane, because the black color is the black color contains a dead organic and water. It is very suitable for the cotton and sugar cane. So in this area which have black color soil, they can easily grow up this type of crops easily. Then red color soil, almost we can see the red color soil around us also. Red color soil gets its color due to the presence of oxides of iron. In them they have oxides of iron, and because of this the color of the soil is red here. This soil is poor in humus but becomes quite fertile when manure or fertilizers are added to it. They can get the crops like groundnuts, rice, potato, etc. Many types of crops they can easily grow up in the red colored soil. Red colored soil contains the presence of the oxides of iron, and they have many types of nutrients and minerals in them. And using these features, they can easily grow up the crops, sometimes for example groundnuts, rice, potato, etc. So that means that depending on their type, depending on their color, depending on their nutrients, we will get the different crops and different areas also. It is all based on the soil. For example, sometimes we thinking we can in different color, why the color of the soil is different from one place to another place? Because it is because of the particles which contain the soil is different from one place to another place. Because of these particles the soil is differ from one place to another place. Then soil erosion. Soil is very important for us. We all know soil erosion, that means some types of agents, the removal of top soil by wind and water. Some types of agents, that means wind and water, remove the top layer of the soil. This is called the soil erosion. Soil erosion, that means by this process we will lose the fertility of the soil, and the fertility and the nutrients always stay in the top layer of the soil. In our last session we have discussed about the soil. About the soil have three steps: top layer, middle layer and last layer. They are divided in three: parent rock. We have also draw here the diagram for the layer. So all the fertility of the soil is stay in the top layer, but by the some agents, for example wind and water, they wash the fertility of the soil which stay in the first layer, and this process is called the soil erosion. During this process we will lose the fertility of the soil. Because of this we cannot get the proper plant and crops, because the soil will lose this fertility. So causes of soil erosion. How the soil erosion will be going on? Because of the deforestation. Forestation is very important to us. Trees are very important to us. Always trees give us oxygen and take our carbon dioxide and also make our atmosphere clean. They also help us for the prevent the soil erosion. So deforestation is also become the causes of the soil erosion, which loosens up the soil. Then floods and heavy rains. Because of heavy rains, we can also get this. Then about overgrazing by animals. Then forest fires which destroy the plant and cover. Sometimes we can also see about the forest fires. This is also by this we also get the soil erosion. Poor farming method is also causes of soil erosion. These type of factors are because they doing the different types of processes and dangerous for the soil, and then we get the soil erosions from these agents also. Then we have some factors. Prevention of the soil erosion. How we can prevent the soil erosion? Prevention of soil erosion is called the soil conservation. That means that using this factor we can prevent the soil. Using this process we can protect the soil. And we can get their nutrients, we can catch their nutrients, and now we can protect the soil, which is very useful for us to get the better crops and plants. That means we have some factors here. Planting trees. Planting trees are very important to us to reduce the effect of the soil erosion, because the root of the trees carries the soil and maintain the nutrients of them. Then flood control by constructions of dams. Here now at present time we can see the different dams are built on the river, which are very useful to us. At our Kevadia colony we can see the Narmada Dam, very big dam, which is very useful to us, because by this dam we can flood control at many areas. Then planting trees as shelter belts to reduce the effect of strong winds. It is very in this way also we can prevent the soil erosion. Terrace farming. Terrace farming on sloping areas in hills. In hills you can see the terrace farming. It is also in this way also we can prevent the soil erosion. Then preventing overgrazing. These type of methods which are very useful to us to prevent the soil erosion, because the soil is very important to us. If the soil loses their fertility, then we cannot get the best amount of crops and we have to suffer from many problems. So always try to prevent the soil erosion using this method. So students, in this chapter we discussed about the more things of the soil, how the soil is formed, how the soil is important to us, and types of the soil, layer of the soil. After getting information about the soil, try to plant at least one plant at around your home and protect this plant. It will give you many benefits, which is very useful to us. A farmer doing many things on their farm. They grow crops, and because of these we can get the food properly, we can get the healthy food. For this, farmer always want fertility of the soil. The fertility of the soil they will get if we all try to stop the soil erosion. We have different types of process also given here. Try to use this process and prevent the soil from the soil erosion. Try to plant more and more trees, because the trees are very important to us. Trees always help us. Do not cut down the trees. Always plant more and more trees, which are very useful to us. Okay, so our chapter number 8 is completed here. Now we will meet in our chapter number 9. Till then, take care.